Well, here we are in the month of June, and June is typically marked with graduations, weddings, of course, Father's Day, and all of these things are milestones, landmarks, so to speak, in our physical being of things on this physical plane. And so many times those events can be life-changing. And I'd like us to look at this month of June, not just from the physical plane, but from the spiritual plane. And that's why I've chosen as our theme for this month, spiritual maturity, so that we can look at these life events that we go through from a higher perspective, from a higher consciousness than perhaps what we have done in the past. Our topic this morning is extend only love. And as I wrote in the thought for the week, love is what we all are. Love is woven in and through our being. Whether we recognize it or not, it is the truth of what we are. And it makes life so much easier to handle all of the physicalities of life when we realize that that is the truth of what we are. So what does it look like to live from love? I think one of the very, very first steps that has to be taken is that we need to look and accept ourselves as this love in expression. We need to love ourselves unconditionally, openly. As the master teacher said, we need to judge with right judgment. We need to look at not just the surface things of what's going on, but look deep into the internal of a person's soul, of my soul, of what am I really? I am this love that only wants to give of itself. Remember, we cannot give what we don't have. How can you extend love if you're not being loving to yourself? I mean, it's the first thing, right? And it's definitely not an egoic type of love. It's not that type of love that's surface. It's this deep, abiding love that gives us that sure-footedness in life. Our Anton organization, affiliated New Thought Network, has been working on a project. It's called Book of Inspiration, and they have been asking our members to give them some things that they've written, you know, soliciting contributions. And I thought, well, heck, you know, I've been writing the thought for the week since 2003. I think I have a bit of things already written that I can provide to them. And they have a certain number of words that they want you to have within a realm of 200 to 225, I think it is. And then they have a quote at the beginning and an affirmation at the end. And I thought, well, heck, I'm going to go through my stuff, you know, see what I have. It's interesting because the ones I've written more recently are a little longer. So I've been going back to, like, I was looking at the ones I wrote like in 2014. And I came across one that I thought was relevant for this morning, though the title of it is, What's There to Forgive? So obviously my topic that day was something about forgiveness, but I wanted to share with you what I had written. The quote that I added to it is, forgiveness is holiness. By forgiveness, the universe is held together. That was said by Paramahansa Yogananda. Humankind is made in the image and likeness of God. Our true nature is love. Our true nature is infinite expansion of all that is whole and holy. There is only one life, the life of God, and it is everywhere present. We are all connected and part of the one power and presence throughout eternity that loves us unconditionally. For there is no possible separation from this one, capitalized. Only in our thoughts can we conceive and believe we are separate. Our purpose is to live from the wholeness that we are and to allow others to do the same. The Master Teacher Jesus instructed us to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Simply put, that means being kind. It doesn't mean I know what's best for you, but rather my nature is a forgiving one. We have been placed here for giving of our talents so that they may be expanded for good unlimited. When we look for what's wrong with ourselves or others, it is time to bless the lesson and return once again to the giving of love. For this is how we can truly live our bliss and bring heaven to earth. I now choose to be kind and loving to myself and others. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, that I am aware of the love that I am and joyously allow it to flow unencumbered through me. What really struck me in that writing was one of the very last sentences. When we look for what's wrong with ourselves or others, it is time to bless the lesson and return once again to the giving of love. To bless the lesson. Yes, okay, maybe we didn't do something we could have done. There was a less than feeling for whatever reason in an event that went in our lives. But rather than dwell on it, rather than get on the pity pot about it and magnify it, it's best to just bless it and let it go. Learn what we could have done differently, absolutely. But it's time to move forward after that. The Way of Mastery writes, anything that arises that cannot pass through you, through your unwillingness to embrace it with love, to feel it completely, will cause indigestion of the physical, mental, and causal beings or bodies. Learn to digest all things in love. Learn to digest a misperception that there is something wrong with the world around you with love. Breathe that love. Feel that love in and through that picture, that memory, that feeling, until it literally dissolves. You are the one who can enjoy each and every moment, regardless of conditions. All events are neutral. They are there for you to love, that you might experience love. So we've established the first thing we need to do is love ourselves, pimples and all. Whatever we've done or not done, we need to accept it, embrace it. And I think the second thing we need to recognize, and it's, you'd think that it would be obvious, but since there is only one power, one presence, one love, that means there is no separation. That means that we all are this love and expression, and that we need to look at each and every one in our conditional experience that we're having as being brought to us as love. We need to recognize that. Eileen Cady wrote, as you learn to give to others in service, it opens your heart and keeps it open. The more you give freely and joyously, the more love pours forth from you. The more love you give, the more you receive. It is the law. So how do we extend love? By giving. By serving others. By thinking of how can I provide, help, give to another in any way I can, and not be overbearing about it, being appropriate with it. I've got somebody on my list now to make chicken soup when they come available from the hospital. I mean, I should say dumb, but it's a little thing. But there's every one of us has something. Our talents, what I wrote about in that first Thought for the Week in 2014, that we have these talents, these gifts that need to be used, that need to be shared, because we are one. When I am giving, I am receiving, because there is only one. Wayne Dyer wrote, If you say with kindness in your voice and in your heart, "How may I serve you?" the universe's response will be, "And how may I serve you as well?" It is the law. As we give, we receive. One of the things as I was coming out of a meditation a couple weeks ago now came to me, I wrote, "My God life." See, I'm not living my life. I am living God's life. And in my God life, it flows. And so I wrote the word flow, F-L-O-W. My God life is free with the F. My God life is loving with the L. My God life is open with the O, open to whatever. No restrictions, no barriers, no limitations. And my God life is wonder with the W. Wonder. I wonder what wonderful things are coming to me this day. And I mention it, I don't know, probably every week. The ideal, the benefits, the purpose of meditation. You can't get around not doing it. You need to do it, to be available, to listen, to be led by this God self. Because otherwise, we just get so into all of the things that are around us, into this physical form, and forgetting the fact that we come from cause. Love is cause. That self, God's self within us is bringing to us all the joys, all the wonder, all the love that it wants to provide. But we need to be available to it. We need to be open to it. And that means that we need to be united with it. You see, we aren't living our own personal life. This is not the life of Gay Beauregard. That's a title, that's a name. But it's not the essence and energy of what is standing here. When we give up that struggle of trying to maintain that personal life, the struggles will fall away. We will be in the flow of life. Joel Goldsmith wrote, "There is a presence that is as real as we are real to one another. And once it is felt and experienced, there is a relaxing from personal effort." Wouldn't that be nice to just relax from personal effort? The third stage of meditation is what he's talking about. That of conscious union with God is the ultimate. And in this stage, the personal or separate selfhood disappears. It is as if only God itself were here. So that brings me back full circle to our topic this morning. That we can only extend love when that's what we are. When we let go of everything else. When I am living God's life, I am living the life of love. Do you believe that God's will is the highest and best for you? Absolutely. So take that attitude, not my will. This little tiny little perspective that I have on life, not my will, but thy will be done. Let me see the bigger picture. Let me be teachable. Let me be open. Let me be available. Let me be allowing to have more good, more joy, more wholeness and beauty, harmony in my life. Let me be open to the ways that I can serve. that I can give in a gentle and helpful way, not overpowering. There's a song that came to me that I used to sing when I was little, and I thought that it fit today. Hope I can get through it. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my moments and my days, let them flow in ceaseless praise. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of thy love. Take my feet and let them be sweet and beautiful for thee. Take my voice and let me sing, always only for my King. Take my lips and let them be filled with messages from thee. Take my silver and my gold, not a mite would I withhold. Take my intellect and use every power as thou shalt choose. Take my will and make it thine. It shall be no longer mine. Take my heart, it is thine own. It shall be thy royal throne. Take my love, my Lord, I pour at thy feet its treasure store. Take myself, and I will be ever only all for thee. My life, God's life, the life of love. Let it flow free, loving, open, with wonder.